Hi everybody, today I will show you about the composition and inheritance in React framework. Now I open the blank project and see here. This is my lesson today, and I will talk about the composition, the specialization, and the inheritance. And here I create a new class. This is a React component, and it has a constructor, the super, and the render function. The render function will render the output, and it is inside div. And I create a div inside the render function, and in this div we have some of the property. The first is up, and in my lesson, up is a React component. In this lesson, it is a React component, and I will add this React component inside a pane component. And here I also have another property is down. Down is also a React component. Now I define the two of these component as a function. And remember that the function is open with uppercase in name, and it is called the specialization. And we define the up component here is a function, and a very simple. I can add this inside a div, a very basic div, and define the class name. The class name will save the style, the color of the text inside, and here we have a class name red, and the text inside is this is red. So this is up component, and up component point to those up in the pane component. And the second is down component. The down component here I change the color to blue inside the class name blue, and the text here is this is blue, or this is green. For example, here I open the CSS file and customize. The red has background color is red, and the text color is white. So the second is the down. The down component has the class name is green. It has a class name is green, and so here we have I replace this with a pane component, and the property is up point to a component. Now up is point to a component, up point to the up component, and the property down point to the down component, and it is a down component here is point to the down component, and this component is the input or the public property of the pane component. So for easier to understand, I can the component will have the close sign, and I can add each as a property in each line, up in one line, and down is also in another line, and here a space. For example, inside this I must as open and close bracket. The open bracket here, yes, and the close bracket at the end. So the render function here will render the up and the down property, and it of the up and down property will have the return. Inside the return, we return to the div function. Yes. Open the web browser. Open to the web browser, and let's see change this to green, and this is green. Okay. Open the CSS file and check for sure it is correct, and here refresh, and I see that it is my here the two component, and two component has to be assigned from the property. Now I want to add a property children. The children property here is represent for some of the element at the position of the children position. So here this is the position of the children. I add to a paragraph a p element here, and this is called the composition. I use the composition, and the specialization is the previous as replace to the inheritance, so I do not necessary to use the inheritance, and the composition replace to the inheritance, because the inheritance does not necessary to present a particular element or particular component. So here I can add the children here, the composition here, to the meter up, right, and down, up and down, and also similarly to the up, as children first, and the second is up, the third is down, and I refresh to see that the children is